Hey guys! Today we're heading to Southeast Asia's largest animal rescue centre, just a couple of hours from Bangkok. We know firsthand that finding a truly ethical elephant experience when travelling isn't always easy, because we've been caught out before, and it's something that really stuck with us. So in this video, we're sharing what we've learned from those past experiences and taking you somewhere that's doing things differently. By the end, you'll know how to spot the red flags and avoid the so-called ethical experiences that so many travellers fall into. So, if you care about animals and want to travel more consciously, this one's for you. We're heading to see some elephants at the Wildlife Friends Foundation Thailand. But first, we're making a quick stop at a temple that caught our eye on the way.
So we just stopped because we drove past this place and it's got these beautiful big boulders up the steps. There seems to be some kind of shrine. You can hear all the birds and there's no one else around. It's really nice. Love this white temple. Love it. Let's have a look up here, shall we? This is the mango tree Buddha that we've been seeing almost everywhere. There it is. So Buddha retreated to the forest. So the story goes. He retreated to the forest to find some peace and connect with the earth, which is why he has a palm down, to call the earth to witness him, not being distracted by all his, I think they're called madris, which is like thoughts and, you know, worries and all of this. And then there's a monkey and there is an elephant, and the monkey and the elephant are offering him. The monkey's got honey and the elephant, I think, brings water. And it's about humans and nature and animals working together to look after each other, basically. So it's really lovely. I love them, the mango tree Buddha.
As we walk through this temple, we want to share a bit more about why we're visiting the rescue centre today and the elephant experiences that led us here. Last year, we joined a tour we really regretted. It was marketed as an ethical elephant experience, but when we arrived, it was clear something wasn't right. The elephants were made to pose for photos, marched up and down steep riverbanks, and scrubbed by tourists again and again all day long. It wasn't the experience we were sold, and it definitely didn't feel like a sanctuary. Too small, too secretive, and too many signs of forced behaviour. That day opened our eyes to just how hard it can be to find a truly ethical elephant experience. Because let's be honest, labels don't always tell the full story. But before we leave here, let's just take a few more moments to enjoy the peace of this temple.
Oh wow, look at this. My goodness, this is crazy. So we've got this lovely statue here, looks quite old. And then here, this is literally all just built on top of the rocks. These massive boulders, I don't know if these boulders were here before, but look, they built a step into it. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like a big sheer drop down there. One hopes that it is solid. Okay, we're going. Okay, well, this is quite steep. Oh wow, look. Oh, wonder what that's for. Oh, that's Buddha's foot. When we went to see the largest reclining Buddha, it's really huge feet, and it has 180 auspicious symbols on the bottom of each of Buddha's feet. So I think it's all to do with good luck. And there's so many offerings all around this rock, all the way down there. So really interesting. You ring these bells for good luck. be a professional at that, I think.
We're on our way to the Wildlife Rescue Centre now. But before we get there, we want to share one more elephant experience that really shaped how we approached these visits. After regretting that first tour, we knew we had to do things differently. We eventually found a small sanctuary that only ran 2 small group visits per day, and it made clear no bathing, no performances. There were no crowds, no forced poses, just 2 elephants cared for all year round in a space that felt calm, open and respectful. We fed them pineapple roots and then walked beside them through the forest. You'll see in the footage that we were allowed to gently hand feed and touch the elephants, a boundary we'll reflect more on later in the video. When the walk was over, the elephants were free to roam. No chains, no rush. The mahouts invited us to stay as long as we liked and even shared stories about the elephants' personalities, their past trauma and their medical needs. That visit showed us that some sanctuaries really are trying to balance the well-being of the elephants with the financial realities of keeping them safe and the demand from tourists who want to be close to them. So now, as we arrive at one of Southeast Asia's largest NGO-run wildlife rescue centres, we're asking the question, can something this big still truly be ethical? Prepare for a brief, unscheduled Google Maps detour.
Oh,
Sorry, cab. Back. Can I turn around?
Take the next left, then your destination will be on the right.
oh. So Google's just telling us the wrong way to go as usual. I mean, this did say wildlife thing, so. How does he know we want the elephants? Maybe this isn't open. Okay, we've seen one part, and we need to go out and see the other. Okay, couple of
Car, get up
Oh
here.
my god, this is very steep. Ooh, good job, Aaron. Okay, this is the one that you want to go down. It says Stripes Restaurant and I Love Fance Lodge. This is for day trips. Okay, so we're now at a restaurant and Stripes Wildlife Rescue Centre, so we can ask them where we're supposed to go. It'll be right here. Is this the parking? We have no idea where to go. Okay, nice shady bit of parking. So people actually stay here. You can stay in the I Love Fance Lodge. But we're gonna just check it out for the day and tell you if you want to do that or maybe not. Let's see.
Surprisingly, you don't need to join a tour to explore part of the grounds. So we're starting with a little wander on our own.
We have seen some elephants. Looks like a big open space where they can roam, and they're just kind of chilling. So we're just going to go and take a closer look. I don't know if we're going to get told off or anything. Nobody's really told us what's going on. We just sort of just parked up.
Oh, there's one there. There's loads there.
So let's get a closer look at these elephants, shall we? We just got a little bit told off by someone because we were too close to the elephants. Apparently one of them's really unpredictable. Apparently one of them's unpredictable.
He's trying to get out.
The elephants are just here chilling. They're behind fences, obviously, but there's a big space behind those fences and they're not being bathed or petted or ridden.
The elephants are enjoying a little bit of lunch that's on here. And there's a vast expanse there. We would like to be able to show you with the drone how far they have and what they're allowed, but I'm not sure if that's going to cause them some distress or whether they would allow us to do that. But I think the reason that the elephants are all here at the moment is because they've just been fed, so we timed it quite well. And then they all seem to have their own paddocks with shade. We're going to see if we can speak to someone just to give us a bit more insight about this place. how it started, when it started, how it's funded, because it's a non-governmental organisation. And I know that they've rescued a lot of tigers in the other one from the tiger farm. I don't know where they've got the elephants from and how many they have, but hopefully we can speak to someone and find out. So we actually managed to find someone who spoke to us about everything we were wondering about while we were walking around here. Her name was Zenya, and she's been working here for about 6 months as a tour guide, and she started as a volunteer, loved the place, and she has so much to tell us about it, didn't she? She was so good. So we're going to let you in on that conversation now so you can learn a bit more about it.
And the pineapple shakes are really good.
Oh, really, really good.
Founded this back in 2001, and when he started this, it was really just supposed to be a small rescue center. He thought I was just gonna rescue some monkeys, some gibbons, some animals that need rescuing. And then fast forward a few years later, he rescued his first elephant. He started working with different organizations, other NGOs, not just here in Thailand, but all over Southeast Asia. So we do have a very large volunteering program that people can come here and volunteer and help us out, prep food for the animals, clean their enclosures, do anything to upkeep this place. Got nearly about 900 animals. We've got obviously the elephants, the tigers, we've got bears, gibbons, monkeys, turtles, tortoises, birds, anything that you can think of. We rescue from all types, from expats to the tourism industry of photo props and circuses, zoos, and things like that. Unfortunately, with these animals, only like 30% of them ever end up getting released. The goal is to try to release as many, but of course, there is a lot of these animals that have spent their entire lives in captivity and just would never be able to survive in the wild. So for those animals, we're just going to try to give them the best quality of life. We offer daily tours here. We offer transport from like Hua Hin, Cham, Bangkok. It's more of an educational tour because we believe that education is very important for the people that want to see these animals and why we shouldn't use them towards the pet industry or the photo prop industry. So it is an educational tour, but it's also a very eye-opening one because you're able to learn like why we really shouldn't do these certain things, because sometimes people just don't know. These sanctuaries are portraying it to be like, don't worry, they want this mud bath, they want mud on them. It's like, no, they don't. Like, and no huge animal wants to be so close and make themselves feel small, and that like people don't realize that some of these places still use like secretly tools of torture, like little needles in their hands, tapping them around, and like that's something we also say on our tour, like do not bathe with elephants.
It's clear this place is running on passion. We can see it's all about one thing, an endless passion to raise awareness and fund that mission. Okay guys, we've got one last place to show you.
So it's feeding time. So they've, oh, don't know if you heard that. They're hungry.
So we've arrived at Stripes Cafe, and it's also free to visit. From here you can overlook the tiger enclosures, and while it might sound like a bit of a wow moment, reading the signage here is sobering. There are fewer than 200 Indo-Chinese tigers left in the wild. And many of the tigers here were rescued from private ownership or illegal breeding programs. It's hard to believe this is still happening in 2025, but it is. And it's places like this that are trying to change that story. So, that wraps up our visit for today. We didn't take the tour, but we did get a feel for the place, the animals, and the way this centre approaches rescue and education. And honestly, it's been eye-opening. With over 900 animals saved from exploitation and abuse, it's clear they're doing meaningful work. But the truth is, there's no simple answer when it comes to what makes something truly ethical. If you're planning a trip, we hope this gave you something to think about and a few tools to help you travel more consciously. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you had similar experiences with animal tourism? Do you think big sanctuaries can still be ethical? Drop us a comment below. And if you enjoyed coming along with us, consider subscribing for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.